Hi guys, it's Wayne's Butler here again, doing another video. First, I want to start by thanking everybody for watching my first one. I wasn't really ready for that response in my email box. It's kind of nice to see. Really appreciate all the comments. I'm a bit of a hermit, so not too many people get to see a lot of the stuff that I made, but I'm glad you guys are seeing it. I want to dedicate this video to my boy the Clipper King. It wasn't for his inspiration, I probably would never even push the record button. Thanks, Rick, man. Love you. So anyways, people wanted me to... I'm not going to do the same video over and over again, obviously. People don't want to see that, but I've had some requests to describe this cell a little better and how I did it. Now, how I started the thing, I drew this whole front, the bar piece out on paper first, because this bars aren't good. I mean, it doesn't matter how the rest of it was ever going to look. So I drew it all out and calculated, you know, figured out how the door was going to work and cut all the pieces, made jigs for each size here, made a spacer that was square for all the spaces. You got to make sure everything's square all the time, because if you start going out of square, you're fighting the whole project. It's not good. So anyways, I put all the bars in. I left this row out because that was the pieces where the hinges were going to go. So once the panel was made, now it's flat on my kitchen table here. The table's been waxed. So anyways, start laying all the bars up, gluing them all in. I know I'm going to be rushing through this, guys, but we don't have a lot of time, so I'll do the best I can. So anyways, I left this last row out. Made 8 pieces. After cutting the door, leaving it in there, put these 8 pieces in with a little tiny hole in it. Put all those in with a square. Make sure they have to be in exactly the same spot. Mark the holes for the hinges. Pulled the door out, drilled the holes, put the door back in. I got lucky on the first shot. All the hinge pins went in pretty good and no binding. That turned out pretty good. So I'm on to the carcass. Carcass is real simple, really. Just 14-inch square panels, 1-inch foam. Scribed a simple pattern in it. You want to break the surface with an X-Acto knife first, because if you don't do that, when you go to scribe it will just plow through it in a very unrealistic manner. So I learned that real early on. So I scribed it and I beat it up with a rock a little bit to get that texture. Then I hit it with some automotive spray paint. Now you know it's going to react a little bit, and that's what you want. And so you kind of sneak up on it. And once you start getting a bit of a pattern to it and you're happy with it, you stop right there. And you switch over to water-based stuff. So then I put the carcass together, 1/2-inch piece of MDF. Blacks and grays, washes, dry brushes. Did some rocks different color, you know, some lighter and darker. Again, this camera's not going to show. It's an old Canon power shot, so hopefully in the future I can go switch to HD. But I need to do these videos for practice because I'm nervous as hell. So then I went to the top. Had a bunch of different design things for the top. I had flat bar stuff, but it started to look like a bird cage. So I cut those I-beams, something simple. You know, it's easier to make something simple look perfect than it is to make something complicated look perfect. At least that's how I look at things. So something simple. It's supposed to represent the substructure of the floor above. This is a cell from the deepest cell in the Arkham Asylum. That's the representation. I watched a lot of Arkham Asylum videos, watched the movie The Rock, Law-Abiding Citizen. Get some inspiration, because I've never built a jail cell before, nor have I ever worked in 1/6 scale. I normally work in 1/2-inch scale. So it is what it is. Made that, so I switched on to this bed. Made this bed out of 1/4-inch, 1/8-inch plywood. Like I said, I cleared out a couple Michael store building this in the holding tank downstairs. So I made the grid pattern again. I'm flat my table with a square, cutting all the pieces to fit. And it kind of turned out so good I didn't want to make a mattress for it. But I made the mattress out of the 1-inch foam. Again, you're not going to see the subtleties of it. I'm not real happy with it. I might still do a padded one yet. I got a dress shirt now that's missing some buttons. But whatever, I don't go anywhere. So I weathered it a little bit. I'm not real happy with it, but it is what it is. It looks alright. So and that was that. And basically for the rust effect, I mean, that's the best thing. I mean, everything looks pretty brown here, but there's some different subtleties with it. Started with this stuff here. I bought this at Home Depot there a couple years ago, knowing one day that I might need it. Thankfully, got a project here, worked perfect. This stuff is great. Starts with a terracotta primer, bit of a wash on top to give that dark effect. Highly recommend it. If you can find any of it, grab everything on the shelf, because you may not see it again. I haven't seen any yet in the stores since I bought this stuff, so I'm glad I got a pile of it. Then I put the light in at the top, to give you a better shot. The inside of the inside. As you can see, the toilet and the sink there. The toilet, like I said, is from a Barbie set. So is the taps from the bathtub that come with it. Everything's sheet styrene for the sink. A lot of moss. I try to use the moss. I'm not real good at weathering, but I do the best I can. I mean, it looks fairly realistic. But I mean, that is what it is. Still got a lot to do with it. Yeah, it's not really done. Nothing's really done. Diorama. There's always something you can add, something you can change. Trying to sculpt some rats. Got some newspapers coming. I got some the body coming for the prison Joker. Again, mail strike up here in Canada. Everything's backed up tighter than a night eating block cheese and drinking beer. So I don't know when that shit's showing up. But anyways, I got an extra body for my holding tank there. I want to get rid of that TTL body, but good thing about that TTL body, came with a William Fichtner head sculpt, which is probably for the Prison Break figures, but lucky for us Darkknight fans, he was the bank manager for the beginning of the Darkknight, so I'm going to do a kit bash, and we'll see how that turns out. Again, this damn mail strike really freaked things up here. So I mean, that's the jail cell. I got time restraints here, so I mean, it's the best I can do as far as telling you how I did it. It's really that easy. Like I said, guys, the key is you have to keep everything square. You know, once you keep everything square, and just use your imagination. You know, just like I said, I watch a lot of movies and stuff to get a bit of inspiration. Like I said, I normally work in half-inch scale, so this is new for me. And so I got a bit of time restraints, guys. I mean, that's about it. I'm going to show you something real quick. Sorry, Rick. Things are going to get a little bit shaky again. I mean, you've seen everything in this room, and I was to repeat myself. I got this lighthouse here. Now, this lighthouse, I've had people offer me a whole pile of money for this to build them one, but guys, I mean, I got so much of my stuff in these buildings that I just can't recreate them, and they're like kids. Once I do one, I can't do another one. And you know, like kids, I love them all the same, but for different reasons. Anyways, guys, here's my table that I made. Actually, the first time I used that, you know, that rust effect, that turned out the way it did. Anyways, guys, looks like I'm running out of time according to my camera here. I hope that helps some people. I don't want to get too repetitive. I'm not going to do the same video over and over again. But I got some Spider-Man pre-order, Captain American pre-order. I'm going to do some reviews on that. I'll probably do a review of some of the other collections. I got a bunch of Hot Toys upstairs. I'm going to get all them out and give you a bit of a shot. But that's about it, guys. Again, I want to thank everybody for subscribing. I'm going to try and answer everybody back. Even if you speak to me in a different language, I'll go to the trouble to translate what you've said and respond accordingly. And anyways, all you guys out there, thanks for watching. I love you all. You're all like my children. Anyways, we'll talk to you later.